Welcome everyone. Hope everybody is having an amazing evening. I am Lorie Woodruff, and tonight's topic is all about habits, an interview with your habits. And I have one question I wanted to ask you. If you were a CEO of your body, your company, you are the company, would you hire yourself? I mean, your attitude is great, your money is great, you're showing up on time like you need to be. Would you hire with yourself? And that's the question of the day is, would you hire a lot of the current habits that you currently have? And a lot of us have good habits, bad habits, whatever you want to call it. They're just habits that we've had over the last couple of years. And I had this question with one of my coaching clients earlier this afternoon. He's been in real estate for 10 years. And 2 weeks in our coaching program, I asked him this question. I said, just based upon everything that you know of yourself, would you hire yourself today with everything? And he laughed and he said, actually, I wouldn't. I said, why wouldn't you hire yourself? And he says, just because I could do better with organization, I could do better with showing up on time. I'm like, I think we all could, And he said, as far as the money that I project that I want to make, I could definitely do better than that. So I said, the whole purpose of me asking you that question is really just to kind of, for you to figure out that question, to figure out that answer on your own, is because there's a lot of times that we are doing things out of habit, from things that when we were kids, from when we were in a previous relationship. These are the kind of habits that just keep spilling over. They keep spilling over to where we are today. So when we say out of our mouths, hey, I want to do $30,000 a month. All right. What are the habits that are showing through that make sure that get happen? That's sure it makes it happen. Are we waking up before 10 o'clock? Are we spending less time on social media? Those are distractions. Are we taking a 30-minute or 45-minute lunch, or are we actually doing a 2-hour lunch? Those things matter. Successful people leave clues. And as I start taking a look at the average workday, we don't need 8 hours to get shit done. I promise you. There's a book out called The 4-Hour Work Week. Pick that up, because it shows you how you can simplify things, how you can really get things done in a shorter period of time. And if you have an accountability partner, you understand how this works. An accountability partner is going to help you stay on your goals. Hey, Lenise. Hey, Lester.
Hi.
Hey, and it's going to be, I have an accountability partner that comes up to my office, and her and I just set a fast session of 2 hours to get 5 things done. 5. No distractions. She's on her computer, I'm on my computer, and we have to get stuff done within 2 hours. So for many of us, that 2 hours that I get stuff done and she gets stuff done, if you looked at those 2 hours, sometimes we stretch that out a little bit longer than we need to because of distractions. So tonight, really, I just wanted to go into a plan of action to help you sit down with yourself and really, would you hire yourself for certain things that you said you wanted to get done? If you had to interview your habits right now, would you be upset? Would you be happy? Would you be okay with where you are? And it's not, there's a lot of things that I want to do better when it comes to, I would love to get up earlier just so that my day can get shorter. Anybody who has coached with me, that there is a time schedule that we shorten your day, right, Lester? There is a time schedule where we say, where is your cutoff? Because a lot of entrepreneurs, you work, and then you look up and it's 9 o'clock, 10:30. And then you stop, take a shower, maybe get something to eat, and then you go to bed. Maybe put a shower in there. I'm not sure how that works out, but there is a time where you're rolling right from the computer and you're going right to bed. Your mind has not had a moment to shut down. So that habit has something that you've been doing, and then you keep doing it, and then no production's really getting done. So Lester, what time are you getting off work these days? Be honest.
I go at 7.
6?
Yeah, about 6, 7 o'clock. Later, I'm out.
That's it. 6. The only time I'm working late, Lester, is because when I'm on my Tuesday session. So I typically stop my work day at 4 o'clock. Lester's at 6 o'clock. What time is yours? You got to figure that out, because that is a habit right there that can help you slide into, stop saying, well, I don't have enough time to pick up so-and-so. I don't have enough time to go to the game. I don't have enough time to go somewhere. We could, if we shortened our day, hurried up and got stuff done, and then we leave no distractions. Exactly. Lanice said all times of the evening. So that's one thing. If we ever need to do Lanice, if we ever need to do a 15-minute, a free strategy session, let's get on the line so we can at least talk about how that works out for you and how that can be tightened up a little bit better. All right, my queen. Because that part right there is a lot of stress when you're looking at your next day. How come I'm not getting stuff done? Because you're tired. You're not organized and not getting things done. So someone had instilled these habits with me, and I want to make sure I'm sharing them with you, because these are the things I do on a regular basis so that I'm not stressed out. I'm not stressed out over time. I'm not stressed out over being with people, because I learned how to simplify. You got to interview yourself. And this is a moment where tonight, this week, you want to really just sit down with yourself and just say, look, me, what time are you getting up this morning? Well, I'm getting up at 8:30. How about we get up at 7:30? So go back in self with yourself and interview yourself and have that moment of really just sitting down, no distractions, no people, no little people, no big people, and just say, look, what time are you getting up? What time are you shutting off that phone so we can get shit done in the morning? Right? So that way you can have a true interview with yourself, because when you hear it out loud, you're like, man, I see why I'm not doing X. I see why I'm not making what I said I wanted to make, is because I'm not spending enough time with the computer. I'm doing too much on my phone. You got me? All right. So let's talk a little bit more about how we can have this better interview process going on. Anything that we talk about here, again, I do personal coaching, business coaching with realtors and entrepreneurs, with helping them market their brand. So I am Lorie Woodruff, for those that may not know, and I work predominantly with realtors and small business owners who are looking to market their brand. Also, how do I get accountability, Lorie? How do I make more money? How do I monetize my brand? Those are the conversations that I have on a regular basis with individuals just like you. All right. So I don't make websites, but I make sure you have a website for your business. You may not have all the resources. You may need a virtual assistant. I will make sure that you get those people in place for your business. All right. Because those are the individuals that help you get out of the business so that you can work more on the business. There is a difference. All right. So for those that are joining on Instagram, before we get things started, Wisdom, I want to welcome you guys also as well. If you are joining us on Instagram or Wisdom, make sure that you tap onto the pinned link and then join the live webinar. Also, you can get the live webinar, the replay as well. All right. All right. So let's get things started. An interview with your habits. It sounds like a book. All right. 2022 is about to roll out, and we're about to roll into a brand new year. So this is now a reflection time, not just going to parties and getting all that good ass eggnog that I love. We need to start sitting with ourselves to really start focusing on what's important tomorrow. Now, let's not get started and say January 1st, I'm gonna get started. Like, why then? Why not now? Another habit. That's another habit that we've created, is just, let me do it tomorrow. Let me procrastinate that, 2 more weeks. What's the difference between January 1st and December 7th? There's no difference. It's just the same. It's a difference of a day. That's it. All right. So let's talk about the definition of habit. What is a habit? A settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. I can have a habit of eating Skittles every day, because that's what I've been doing. Or I can have a habit of eating broccoli every day. You choose, right? You can choose it. I can have a habit of waking up at 6 o'clock every morning, Or I can wake up every morning and smoke a whole line of cocaine if I wanted to. That's a habit. You have to figure out which habit is leading me better to the goals that I need to get knocked out in 2023. This is going to miss a lot of people because it's not an entertaining type of post training. All right. Last week when we did everything on manifestation, one of my favorite classes to do, this really leads up to what we're talking about today. How you can manifest money is all about how we're thinking about it, how we're focused on, how we're relentlessly thinking about it. So habits are the same way where we can change it, but it's got to be a controlled change that we say, look, that's enough. That's enough. All right. So what is goal setting? Taking responsibilities for your own actions. And the goal of goal setting is to complete the thing you said you wanted to do, even after the initial feeling has worn off. Okay. Yeah, I want to start working out. Got this nice, good I got equipment out there. I got a nice little workout outfit. The habit is typically, I want to work out, but it's cold outside. So the habit is typically rolling back over to sleep. All right. So the goal setting, what we're going to do today is actually completing that thing you said you wanted to do. Nobody wants to keep hearing someone keep talking over and over again. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change. Walk it. Don't just talk it. So that's the difference between some people where they're just like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to call you. That's a whole nother story, right? Talk it is one thing, but walking it is a whole different thing. So for many out there, again, I do a lot of coaching, one-on-one coaching with entrepreneurs. And it's my joy to not just talk about business, money all the time. It's got to be about relevant things that get you to those things. So again, if we need to do a one-on-one session, I've got my link here within Linktree. You can schedule a 15-minute with Wisdom. There is my link right there in my bio. You can always schedule a free 15-minute session so we can find out what is it going to take for you to move to the next level. Because sometimes it just takes one person, one other influencer to help you, one accountability partner to help you move to that next point. All right. So let's talk about getting our notes together and really getting organized. Now, I started doing this years ago, and I wanted to make sure my friends like you guys are getting access to the same type of information, because you hear a lot of times where people say, well, what do you want to do for 2023? Like, what are your intentions for the next year? And people are like, well, I want to lose weight. I want to buy a house, and I want to buy a new car, and I want to tithe a little bit more. Okay. Let's dig deeper. So tonight, we're really going to dig deep into 7 different categories of what you can do to really get better organized. Here are my categories. I know you can't read them all the way, but at the end of pretty much like around October of last year, I started working on these, and I'm like, this is better than just saying 1, 2, 3, 4 things I want to get done for next year. So let's go over. It's going to be 7 things. Get your pen and paper out, and let's get started with number 1. Entrepreneurs, content creators, I've got something just for you. Now, I've been hearing a little bit of buzz around town that you're having a little bit of complication with social media. It's not browsing and looking at content. You're having some complications with posting on your own page. I've got you covered. I want to be able to help. So I've created Unleash the Post. These are done for you posting so that you can copy and paste the content right onto your own Facebook, Instagram page so that you can create more engagement, get more followers, and definitely get more sales. Now, I'm running just a special just for you, $1. $1. Give us a try for 1 week, and you'll be able to take a look and see if this is going to work out for you. So for 1 week, it's only $1. If you plan to continue with us, $49 every single month, and you'll get the emails delivered to you once a week. If not, no obligation. You gave it a try. Nope, no obligation. But make sure you check out Unleash the Post, and we'll make sure that your posting stay fresh on your page every single week. Now, let's get back to the episode. Write 5 answers for each category that we're going into. Write 5 different answers for each category. All right. at the top of the paper, you're going to write 2023 goals. And then what do you plan to do this year? Mine was be happy and give. Be happy and give. So yours could be wealthy and give. I'm not sure what that looks like for you. It could be the same thing. Be happy and give. At the top, write something. Write something. All right. 2023 goals. And then what is your ultimate goal all year? What you plan to do? Write that underneath there. I just did be happy and give. Give more. So number one, the category is spiritual goals. Give 5 answers of what you plan to do for your spiritual goals. All right. Are you going to listen to more podcasts? Are you going to listen to more personal development? Are you going to go to church more? What are you going to do more that's spiritually centered? Okay. So that's number one. And let's keep it moving. Number 2 is your physical goals. Physical, we pretty much know what that looks like. Are you going to work out a certain amount of times a week? Are you going to, for your health, really you can put that, whatever you're going to do on there physical wise, less sugar, less carbs, walk at least 30 minutes a day. Okay. Write on there at least 5 answers of what you plan to do physically. Number 3, financial goals. I'm going through these pretty quick because this is not going to be a long session tonight. Just really want to make sure that you guys write them out. If you are already on the Zoom webinar, you will get the replay tomorrow, I promise you, so that you'll have everything. All right. Number 3 is financial goals. This is a big one. You've got to have a roadmap of what do I plan to do financially. All right. So I had put on here, pay off a certain amount in debt. Get my SBA loan funded, which I did, and make a certain amount per month, and then get an accountant or bookkeeper. Okay, so financially, whatever your goals are, write 5 answers for that. Career is number 4. Career goals. What do you plan to do for your career? That's a nice one. That's a nice one. It's a nice opening to what do you plan to do? What career is going to find you? I don't know. So if you're going to increase your knowledge in something, if you plan to go for a raise, you plan to change careers, what does that look like? 5 answers for that one. Intellectual goals is number 5. That simply means, what do you plan to do with your brain? So that could mean, are you going to enroll in some courses? Are you going to take any kind of advancement classes? Okay. I know day trading, I've already traded with Forex before, but I have not done stock day trading. So that's on my intelligent goal list for this year, last year, for this coming year. So anything dealing with your intellect, what is that you plan to do? Okay. Number 6 is, what social goals do you have? Do you plan to get out a little bit more, to take my introverts, I'm talking to you. I know you don't want to go out and you don't have to go out, but maybe you want to get more social, maybe one network event a month so that you can at least see who's outside, right? See who's outside and see what's going on. But what kind of social events are you going to do? Right? Are you going to travel? These are the kind of things anything outside. What kind of things do you plan to do? Networking, traveling, engagement online. I don't know if you want to start engaging more on the internet. So those are the kind of things you want to write under social goals. And your last one is your family goals. Your family goals are pretty important. So while you're building and working and doing your thing, your family could be starving for attention because you're doing your thing. And it's not a bad thing, of course, to do your thing, but if your family is used to you being there at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock and you're still on the computer, then family goals, you're going to have to start taking a look at, all right, we're going to do date night, certain day a week. We're going to make sure that we have vacation time, or what kind of things are you planning to do for your family this coming year. Okay? Because again, if you're not incorporating your family, your husband, your wife, your children with your life, they're going to feel neglected, and it's going to come out in some kind of resentment. It's going to come out in some kind of argument. You know what I mean? It's going to come out and it's like, why are you so irritable? Because you're not spending any time with them. So what kind of family goals can you really start setting aside so that won't be a problem? Okay. So those are the goals that I really wanted to go over to help you go into 2023. Take your time and really spend some time with these 5 answers for each category. I'll go over them one more time. Number 1 was spiritual. Number 2 was physical. Number 3 is financial. Number 4 is career goals. And number 5 is intellectual. Number 6 are your social goals. And number 7 is family. So this is mine. Sometimes I have put it underneath my pillow at night, y'all, because I want to be that close to my goals. Like I want to be that close, and I want to read it in the morning, and I want to read it before I go to bed. Some moments I miss out on, I do, but even in the mornings, as I'm looking at it, I'm just really visualizing how this is playing out. You're manifesting basically everything that you wrote to happen in real life, in real time. Got it? Now, there's 34 things that I wrote down here. There's 34 goals that I wrote last year. And I took a look to see how many things that I actually finished. I actually completed 15 of these goals. Now, the average person would be like, well, you didn't finish all of them. Like nobody's going to do all of them, right? It's just not going to work out that way. But I feel pretty good of the 15 things that I did actually complete. So you've got to understand and give yourself some grace that even if you completed 10 things, be excited. All right, because you wrote the vision and you made it plain. Those that see it will run. You ran, you did it. You made the effort to get it done. If you did 20 things, but I look at what was actually completed and I'm like, that's juicy. That was substantial, what I actually got done. It wasn't just fluffy stuff. So you got to just take a look and see, well, what did I really write on here? Did I mean it? And I see it really happening. I see it really manifesting itself to happen. Okay. So on there also, what you can do is take on notebook, because this is going to take a little bit more space, but I would say get a separate notebook and write out, this is going to stretch you really. This is really going to stretch you so that any habit that you have, you can start the bad ones, you can start really knocking them out because you've got clarity on what needs to really get done. So here's a bonus that you can do. Take out a notebook, and then at the top of it, write 100 goals for 2023. 100 goals for 2023. Write that out. And as you write that out, you've got about 35 things that you wrote already here. So now that leaves about 65 more things that you can stretch yourself to do. So let's say, for example, you know what? You might have your eyes on a Rolex watch. You didn't write that on your goal list, but put that on here. I really want to see myself in a Rolex. So purchase my first Rolex. Okay. You may see yourself in a Bentley truck. Do they have Bentley truck? A Bentley car. All right. And you didn't put that on here, but you're like, here, I'm going to put it on my goal list. I'm going to put it on my 100 goal list. Purchase a house for my parents. Pay off the house for my parents. So stretch yourself and start writing, what are 100 goals of what you see actually happening in 2023? I promise you, this is just an extension of everything we talked about last week when it comes down to the manifestation. And then at this time next year, you can really laugh and say, wow, I wrote it, but God dang, I really didn't. I didn't. You got to believe it. You can't write it and just be like, I don't know how this is going to work out. You don't do that. Just with zero doubt, just write it, get excited, give to other people. If you want to, in your 100 goal list, say that you're giving money to people. All right. pay off so-and-so's credit card, or pay off daycare for so-and-so, or pay the student loan off for so-and-so. Put all of that in there. That's how, when it's time for you to interview yourself with your habits, you can start taking a look and see now how your day is way more structured, because you got stuff to do. You got stuff that you really want to get done. So when it comes down to accountability, you create the habits to maintain a consistent and profitable daily workflow. All right. Read those goals at least twice a day, in the morning, and definitely before bed. I want to invite you to two things. One, I do have an accountability session where I work with you for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. So if that is something where you need help with, and you're like, look, the start of the year, I need that. And that's going to help you with any and every resource that you need to get a running start for the year. If that's something that you need, let me know and let's connect. As far as just if you just need a 15-minute session to say, I just need some guidance on what I need to do. I got it from here, Lorie, but I just kind of need some answers to a couple of things. Make sure that you connect with me on my calendar, which is on my Linktree account, which is right there pinned in Instagram. And it's in my bio as well. And just reach out to me if you have any questions about the goal setting. Okay. And we can just go over anything possible. I really enjoy working with realtors. I really enjoy working with small business owners to make sure that we get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm you. So there's a lot of times that I have coaches of my own that help me when I'm not strong in certain areas. I'm not strong with a lot of administrative things. So we get help to do that. And that's why it's very important to understand your role. And with that, you got to understand working on the business is what you were born to do. You were born to work on the business. You were not born necessarily to continuously work inside the business all the time. And I mean inside, meaning all the administrative work. Okay, so I invite you to that. Now, one question I do have, and I'll end it with this. Here's my contact information on the screen. Say yes to yourself and the world is yours. That is my slogan, and I'm sticking to it. I wanted to find out from you all, with those categories, we've got 7 different categories. Do you see yourself getting those started this week? Yes or no? Can you see yourself doing that? Does that feel better instead of not having some kind of identity on what to say? Hey, Gary, what's up? Hey, Keisha. With those 7 different categories, Alicia, Ari, welcome, welcome. With those categories, that helps us focus. I've got attention deficit, right? And I've got to have something written out and something to follow, or it's not going to get done. So this really helped me. So yeah, so I can have a roadmap of what categories and how I can get excited about each of these categories, because each of them has their own purpose now. We're not just putting everything into one category. We're just like, look, I got my financial goals here. I've got my career goals here. And I've got clarity now so that when I get up, look at it, recite it, get excited, put it down and get to work. Then just get to work. Okay. So as I said, that invitation is there. I don't have that many because I don't want to take on too much during the month of January and February, but I do want to make sure that you have that invitation out there, that you know that I offer that. I have 6 weeks private one-on-one. It's not group coaching, and it's just me and you, so we can go over what you have and what plan of action needs to be in place to get you to the money and to the other goals that you need to get done. Sometimes it's not just money. Sometimes it's I need more family time. Sometimes it's I need a new business idea. Sometimes it is money. All right. And so those are the things there. Now, next week, I'm not going to have a session because I've got holiday parties coming up, but I will be back on the 20th. And I will start a conversation that I did start with Keisha, And she was the very first one I talked to about. And I did want to at least open the door to let you guys know that I will have, you're welcome. Got my Betty Boop hair. I've got an opportunity, a work from home opportunity. And this Saturday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to host a very brief Q&A session on how it works. And it's going to be for some people, anyone that you may know that needs to work from home. Those kind of opportunities are popping up. This is not a job, okay? It's not a W-2 job. So I don't know if that's good or not for you. It's not multi-level marketing neither, but it is a great invitation for you to get connected to working from home. So the ideal person that this may be for is someone who is a teacher, someone who is a coach, someone who is a real estate agent, someone in sales, someone who likes marketing online. All right. So these, I call it Netflix for business owners. This suite of business services are being offered, and it's over 200 different trainings that are being offered. So I want you to imagine the average person who gets into business. They get their license or they get their LLC, and then it's like, all right, now what? Now what do I do? So if you had trainings, you had marketing training, personal development training, health trainings, professional trainings on TikTok, marketing, websites, funnels, websites, ebooks, how to create them. All of those things that I basically have to put together manually, they're already done for you. So just imagine if you wanted to offer those services, you can get commissions anywhere from 25 bucks up to 2,000 bucks. So I'm looking out, I'm not selling as much real estate. So I'm looking out for my also fellow realtors that are out there that are not selling homes like they were. So I'm looking at if there's a product out there, if there's a service out there that can help the masses stay in front of education, stay in front of marketing, all those tools that we need anyway, and you can make commission on it. That's going to be the conversation I'm going to start on Saturday. And so I wanted to just kind of give you all a soft introduction to it right now, just so that if you knew someone like Gary, some of the people in our group, if you knew someone that may be looking for something to do at home, in addition to their work, or maybe they hate their job and maybe they're looking for something else to do that they're more passionate about, then this is going to be something for them. Okay, so just stay tuned in your inbox. If you are on the email list, then you will already, if you're on my VIP list, you already got it. If you guys on Instagram or Wisdom would like to get more information on that, and you guys as well, make sure that you go over to the Linktree link and click on work from home opportunity. And that's going to be like the second option. Whoopsie, sorry. That's going to be the second option right here. Work from home opportunity. So you can get a head start to understand what it's about. So if you have some questions between now and Saturday, at least you can take a look and see what it's about. I adore helping people get more knowledge. I adore helping people get closer to marketing as well. But there's one thing I can't do is I can't provide and have multiple different classes here and there. So just think about how many different classes would you need to go to? I need one for marketing. I need one for TikTok. Oh, this one's showing me over here personal development. Oh, this one's showing me how to eat better and how to work out better. All of that could be multiple places that you have to go to. Netflix for business owners. I got you guys covered. So check out my Linktree link where it does have the work from home opportunity. You will see me doing a lot more of that because in this time that we're in right now, we've got a lot of people that are being dismissed from their jobs. We have a lot of people who are looking this route just to be able to work at home and stay with their family. And then we have some people that love their job, but they're still looking to make some extra commissions at home. So this is for that person as well. All right. Also, if you're not inside of our community, make sure that you come over and join the Unleash the Entrepreneur community. Make sure that you guys are included in here. You guys already on Zoom are already in there, so you're getting everything. But I'll make sure that that is advertised on the Linktree button as well. So that if you're not in there, if you are an entrepreneur and want to get closer to more conversations and inspiration to stay on top of your game, then make sure that you're coming over and getting that link so that you can get inside the Unleash the Entrepreneur. See my shirt? Unleash the Entrepreneur. All right. Coming soon. Coming soon. All right. So how did we do? Birthday girl. Let's wish Gwen a happy birthday, you guys. She spent her birthday with us. Y'all can get off mute. It's okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. You did good. It was a great session. Quick,
I like
informative. Thank you.
that. Sometimes we don't need to be on here for 2 hours. Welcome back, Miss Gwen. So whenever the new year comes back, we're going to have some classes on podcasting. We've got some guests that's going to be talking about how to publish your book. So January is going to be starting out really nicely as well. But I thought I was going to take the month off, but I couldn't. I couldn't take December off. So next week I will be off just because of some holiday parties, but I will be back on the 20th and the 27th with classes. So I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, you guys. You guys have an amazing evening. Put those goals into place. Make sure that you put the 100 goals also in place on a separate sheet and watch what manifests for 2023. All right. I'll see you guys soon.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.